Hey, what's up, Random Thought Dude? This is my first full climbing video. So, basically, I am going to be doing a few routes and, just kind of sharing my thoughts about it. Like, just kind of my usual stuff, my random thoughts. However, climbing. Alright.
Nice one. You alright? Did you hurt your arm? Okay, legs?
My ankle.
Oh.
Ah.
What was that? You'll be okay, won't it?
Yes.
Little squeeze.
Alright, well, just lost my last attempt on yellow. Let's retry that.
I think it's ready. Over there. Good. Good. Real quick back. Get out of here. Finish might be kind of left foot. Just on your left when you do that. There you go. Or is that too far away?
I think that's too far.
It looks like. Okay.
Okay, so I'm thinking we come back to that yellow later, just seeing as how I failed it twice. You know? Alright. Alright, we're going to be doing the red one. Hopefully this one does better than the yellow. Okay. Alright. So obviously that could have gone better, but seeing as how I had no idea what I was doing. Alright. Alright. So here's what we know about it so far. It is on some volumes, which usually you could use, but because of the purple tape, it means that those volumes are only for the purple route, which I will be attempting later. However, so we, the red route is a little bit trickier than originally thought to be. However, that will be I will be attempting the black route now because I'm only going to give one attempt to each route, except for the yellow because I seriously thought I could get that. Okay, so I'll only be giving one attempt to each route and then I'll circle back through. Right. Alright, so the black route. Here we go. Seeing as how I didn't get very far in the black route, I thought we could direct our attention to the start, where we have a pocket hold, which is to hold with both hands, it kind of sucks. And from here, we have to get our foot up here, and move our hand to there. So the problem is, what do we do about this? I don't know. We'll circle back later. Alright, time for the purple route. Let's see. Okay, so the purple route is crack climb, which means it doesn't really have many holds per se. And I kind of have to jam my hands into the crack. So because of how small my hands are, that's a little tricky. So, what we need to figure out is a way to get my hands in there and stay in there, which I have no idea for right now. But those were all of the new routes that I know of. We'll be circling back to those later, but I was thinking to direct your attention to the moon board, which I'm not sure if it's in the shot, but it's right over there. Oh, wait, did I say moon board? I meant spray wall, which is just an assortment of holes. However, I may only be 13, and the sign does say 14 years or older, but since I'm a part of the Fargo climbing team, the Fargoats, I am allowed to use it, and first of all, we are going to adjust it. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of my favorite routes, the warm-up route, which, just let me make sure of, let's see. Perfect. Okay, so I start here, with my feet here, sit here, okay, this up here, that here, like this. Yeah, I put here. Alright, and then grab this toy. And boom. That is the warm-up route. However, there are a lot more routes on this board, and you make up the ones as crazy as you want. For example, I made up one where you start on this board with your feet here, and then you have to go here, here, get this foot onto here, grab this here, put this foot here, and this one there, then you go here, 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 then here, and then it goes here. Wait, no, it was here, then here, and boom. Woo. tricky one. Okay, so that is the spray wall. However, there's much more or walls like the tread wall, which I will show you in a moment. This is the tread wall, which you can set how fast you want it. So I go here, you get it as fast as you go, which it's all based on your weight. So if you don't weigh a lot, it's probably not going to move that much. Like me, sometimes it moves the back, and other times it stops. Allow me to get all the way up here. I'm very That's kind of how spray wall works. And that's kind of how spray wall works. Whew. Here you will notice, you might remember this from my first short I made. It is spray wall. No, remove it. Yeesh, why was it getting this mixed up? Anyways, remove it. It's kind of spray wall except harder holds. You can't change its elevation, I guess. Now, the route that I've made up is start here and here. Well, I failed at that time, but if you go see my short entitled Moonboard, you'll see me complete it successfully. So, those are the walls of Fargo climbing. But what about the employees and the people? Well, I'd say it's got a very nice environment, and we could go talk to an employee in a moment if they're willing to. So, I'll go check. So, what would you say the best part about working at Fargo Climbing is?
Probably the free membership.
Nice. And what have you ever set her out here?
No.
Do you think you're going to soon?
Soon? I don't know. I'd have to ask.
I guess.
I've never really been interested in setting a route. It could be cool.
And what do you think of the environment here?
It's really nice. I like being here. It's it depends on how many people I guess are here, but it's mostly pretty chill.
Yeah.
Good music, depending on who's working the desk.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like your picks. And
60s, 70s mix.
nice. And last question. What would you say is the most bored you've ever gotten, or the most insane you've ever gone here?
I do a lot of double shifts on the weekends, so pretty much every Saturday or Sunday I'm just here for 9 straight hours. And it gets pretty boring.
Ever worked birthday party time?
Only a couple times, and you don't really get bored during birthday parties because you have to keep track of all the kids.
You kind of go insane, I'm guessing.
A little bit, yeah.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
The kids can get a little intense.
I bet. And now, is there anything you'd like to say?
I guess not particularly. I just really like climbing.
Yeah. All right. So I've changed my mind about going back to some other routes. Instead, I'm going to give you one final route. All right. All right. This is the final route I will do.
Chris? What's up, Chris? Hey. Having one of those days where I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was me on Monday. I just all these slabs. I was just too afraid.
Yeah. There's a new cave set up.
What's that?
There's a new cave set.
Oh, is there? Nice.
So we're gonna get over stuff over there. Yeah.
Trying to warm up at home a little bit. Better time here.
There you go.
So, that was the farthest I've ever gotten on this, and yeah. So, it is, as you can probably tell, it's a pretty hard start, and alright.
Slab monster.
So, I'd say that really, the hardest part is the start. And once you get the start, you just kind of run out of energy to get the rest. No? Wow. Wow. Don't have any other routes for you. So, until next time, peace, love, and random thoughts. Bye, Internet.